slots, then I don't think there would have been a way back into the game regardless. The Drake and Meteor seemed to just speed it up a bit.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Well, Miraidon was well and truly stepping on the accelerator there, as you said, Jamie. And Luca Ceribelli of Italy, your first finalist, here at the Bologna special event. Who's going to be joining them in the finals? Who's going to have to be going up against that Miraidon team? Well, this is what happens when the meta keeps shifting. We saw Miraidon win the very first championship in India.
Cái bên bè nó trống vánh dữ luôn á. Mẹ ra cô rít.
Miraidon's futuristic hadron boosted wheels
I don't know.
Recycled and brought Miraidon back into favor.
Yeah, and in the future as well, we will have a new regional champion, regional level champion this season. Of course, Antonio was the last chance to get the same picture on that graphic twice, but no, it is going to be a brand new face.
A brand new face for this brand new regulation set. A regulation set that won't quite feel so brand new once we reach the World Championships in a couple of months' time. And of course, after the North American International Championships next weekend, there's going to be a big break from the live events. In fact, any Pokemon events at all. And so much can change between NAIC and those World Championships. So Miraidon might be having a fantastic showing now, but is it going to be the case then? And of course, Calyrex Shadow Rider, that's been the talk of the town this weekend, the talk of Bologna. But it might not even reach the finals, I suppose. I mean, Miraidon
Yeah, absolutely. And there's one last chance for a non-Italian player to be able to make it through. We'll have to see how Hippolyte's going to be doing against Ruben in that second semi-final. Running that Shadow Rider that we saw, such a fantastic top 8 game as well. Yeah, I'm just so speechless even just after that top 4, and we still got 2 more amazing games to go.
Jamie, it's good time to be speechless because it's time we threw to a little break, trainers. You know that you're not going to want to go anywhere because we've got our next top 4 match coming up after this very short break.
Terastallizing your Pokemon has been a key part of VGC since the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, being very influential in the results of a battle when utilized effectively. Let's take a look at how trainers use Terastallization to give them an edge in battle and how the Stellar type can shake things up. Offensive Terastallization can be primarily utilized in 2 different ways to increase the damage you can output in battle. The first way people boost their damage is through Terastallizing into the same type. Fluttermane is a great example, as its most popular Terra type is Fairy, a type it already has. Fairy Terastallization changes its 1.5 times same type attack bonus Moonblasts to 2 times power. Trainers can also give a new typing to a strong attacker with a strong coverage move. Landorus Incarnate Terastallizing into a poison type can maximize Sludge Bomb damage, along with getting rid of some weaknesses its original typing has.
And because of the Terra, it barely hangs on.
Defensive Terastallization drops your original typing weakness for the type you Terastallize into, which can completely change your type matchup. An Amoonguss that wouldn't have taken a Flare Blitz well can now take the hit with ease. Additionally, Terastallizing into a type with immunities can completely swing a turn in your favor. Qianpao Terastallizing to Terra Ghost allows it to ignore moves like Sacred Sword and Fake Out. Immunities aren't just for damaging moves, but can also be used to get around status conditions.
Gần meta cuối rồi mà giới thiệu mấy con co đầu là sao?
There are situations where Terastallizing can be detrimental. A Terra Fairy Fluttermane will lose its normal type immunity, making it vulnerable to getting faked out. Fake out! They called the fake out into the Fluttermane!
Oh yeah, this Fluttermane is about to enter a world of hurt. Fake out and the Moonblast is enough to drop it in turn number 1.
If you Terastallize your Amoonguss into a water type to avoid taking too much damage, you could get punished by an opposing Amoonguss score. It's important to know when it's ideal to Terastallize your Pokemon. The Teal Mask introduced Ogerpon, which has a unique take on Terastallization. You're not able to change its Terra type and ability, since the masks are the only way to alter the Pokemon. When Ogerpon Terastallizes in battle, though, it takes on a new appearance and also has its
có 2 con như không trên được Terra là Ogerpon với lại Terrapagot chỉ có một hệ duy nhất là Stellar.
This is a Terastallization exclusive type, unlike any other. Stellar Terra retains all of its defensive weaknesses, meaning this mechanic is utilized for offensive purposes. You get a 1.2 times boost to any move that isn't your original typing, and a stronger 2x boost if it is a move of your original typing. This allows Pokemon that run multiple different coverage moves, like Qian Pao, a much-needed boost to pick up a KO it might have originally missed. Stellar Terra does come with drawbacks, only getting a Terra boost the first time you use an attack. Stellar Terra also changes the effects of Terra Blast, giving it 100 base power while being super effective into any other terrestrialized Pokemon. This can lead to interactions, such as an Urshifu single strike being able to deal with the Terra Fairy Flutter Mane it originally couldn't knock out. However, Stellar Terra Blast does come with the drawback of lowering the user's attack and special attack by one stage. There are so many ways to utilize this mechanic, with players constantly innovating on its many uses. How will you take advantage of terrestrialization to help push your way to the top?
Welcome back to the Action Trainers here at the Bologna special event. My name is Lee Provis if you're just joining, and I have the pleasure once again to be joined by the wonderful Marcus Stadler. How are you doing, Marcus? Especially after that incredible top 4.
Yeah, I'm a little bit speechless. We've had great game after great game, great set after great set. But now, as we are approaching the final stages of the tournament, it feels like the players, I don't know, they just want to put on a show for us. It's getting better and better and better. And yeah, one finalist already decided with Luca. And then one spot in the finals, of course, still up for grabs.
Yeah, one up for grabs, and we'll be going into that top 4 momentarily. So sit tight as we take a look at the overview of the Masters bracket here. You can see the match that we will be going into soon will be between Hippolyte and Ruben Gianzini. And this one is going to be an incredible one. It will live up to all the expectations, especially after that incredible other top 4 between Luca and Antonio.
Yeah, going into this top 8, of course, there were still 3 Terrapagos with a call mindset in contention, but all 3 of them are now knocked out. Luca Ceribelli now knocking out Antonio, the last remaining Terrapagos. So that means Miraidon is already waiting in the finals for Hippolyte or Ruben. Both of those are playing the Calyrex Shadow Rider team, so we already know the finals is going to be, once again, a Calyrex Shadow Rider, but this time playing against a Miraidon.
Yeah, it's an exciting prospect to think of, but this next match, before we get into that final, the last hope for Miraidon to clinch a second title between here and North America. A slightly different build that Luca has brought to this tournament, and I really love the differences that we've seen from that first Miraidon team when it burst onto the scene in Regulation G. But between the 2 Shadow Rider Calyrex that we've got coming up next, there are very big differences, I think, between both trainers. And it is going to be down to those differences that make all the difference for the outcome of this match, I feel.
Absolutely. I don't care so much about that Miraidon yet, but I'm looking forward to some more Calyrex Shadow Rider action in the mirror. I had the pleasure of featuring one of those mirror matches earlier on stream, and it's just, yeah, always every turn matters. Yeah, very positional battles, and then just one turn, getting the right call, can just swing the match in one way or the other. But as you were saying, both of these Calyrex Shadow Rider teams built a little bit differently. So we have Ruben, who is using that Chiyu, and then Hippolyte, who is using the more, I would say, traditional setup with that Incineroar, but also bringing in a little bit of spice there with that Thunderous.
Yeah, it's genius apiece, really. You know, the abilities we've already seen using that Thunderous. Ruben going for a more tried and tested Genie that we've seen throughout this season in the Tornadoes, providing that instant tailwind support for those big attackers like the Chiyu that you've already mentioned. The Calyrex Shadow Rider going to appreciate that as well, and also things like the Minxiao as well that we saw so effective earlier on, especially in the mirror match as well, Calyrex versus Calyrex.
Absolutely, Ruben having a little bit of fun there on stage, of course. I mean, the accomplishments are telling a part of the story. Hippolyte, we've had him on stream before. He's a regional champion from before. And then Ruben, on the other hand, a top 4 at a special event in the senior division. So now looking, of course, to add a little bit more than the top 4 this time. Of course, now in the Master Division, it's a little bit of a different story. But yeah, Ruben, a player who we have not seen that much, but yeah, he's sitting there spinning his pen around and yeah, looking forward to this Calyrex Shadow Rider mirror.
The techers are real, aren't they, with that pen spinning? I don't think I would be able to do it. But getting on to the accomplishments, top 4 Masters special event Bologna is going to be something at minimum that Ruben is going to be able to put on that list going forward. What an accomplishment. I'm sure Ruben would like to put finalist, if not champion, on top of that.
Top 16-22
in front of him. We've already seen Hippolyte and how good he played that top 8 game. I mean, that was just incredible. Flawless performance.
Bắt đầu team vào team mọi người nè.
To advance into top 4. We'll take an overview of the teams once again.
Calyrex Shadow,
Freedom,
Incineroar, Urshifu, Clefairy, Thunderous. Cái team này giống cái team của mấy cái thanh niên junior hồi sáng á. Cách đánh này cũng như vậy luôn. Nhưng mà con Incineroar hơi nặng về support. Nếu mà lỡ có một cái biến số gì mà không còn mon đánh thì con Incineroar không gây được miếng đam nào luôn á, coi như là phế luôn á, thua. Và từ thế thường là người ta là 50-50 xong rồi đến là 70-30 xong rồi đến 90-10, là cái này là từ 50-50 xuống 90-10 luôn á. Đây là thêm một con Calyrex, Rillaboom, Chiyu, Misao, Clefairy và Tornadus. Cái này giống như là team Shadow Rider nó đang form lại rồi, là bắt buộc phải có con Clefairy. Meta giờ bắt buộc phải có Clefairy rồi. Còn việc có Inci không giờ cũng chả quan trọng. Con Misao thì được cái ngon là có quay grab rất là tốt.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I think for Hippolyte, it's going to be, of course, a lot about the supporting pieces. But yeah, he doesn't really have a clear path to establish speed control. While, for example, Ruben, on the other hand, could go with a setup. For example, let's say you bring in the Calyrex and then you have the Mean Shao for fake out and wide guard support. Then you also could have the Clefairy for the friend guard support, and then also the Tornadus for the tailwind support. So. Yeah, I think Ruben definitely has a little bit of the more, let's say, Pokemon that might be good specifically in this matchup. But then also the Chiyu is one Pokemon that you could bring here.
Chúng ta sẽ rất có thể sẽ gặp một cặp Mirror Leaf.
Of these Calyrex Shadow Rider
khả năng là có đó.
And here we really have some of the best players of that archetype facing off here in top 4.
Yeah, definitely. And you've got to say as well, Marcus, that the importance of
Benin với lại Zanjini
for both players are going to be really pivotal on how they utilize them, the longevity, how long they can stick around on the field, how long you can utilize that friend guard, going to be a big important piece. But we are getting in to this top 4. This is turn
Zanjini list cho mình là Calyrex Shadow và Clefairy, còn Benin thì đưa cho mình là Thunderous và Incineroar. Có vẻ như hai bên đã đọc sai ý đồ của nhau. Cũng tốt. Cơ bản thôi là Follow Me và Nasty Plot. Còn bên của Benin thì không, Nasty Plot Protect mà. Như vậy là Calyrex Shadow vừa Protect, double Protect luôn. Và là tránh cái phép cao của Incineroar. Coi như tên này là để thăm dò thôi. Tôi đã đứt sử dụng Aero Impulse, một cái move gọi là khá khó chịu đối với Calyrex. Bây giờ team này bắt đầu Follow Me nè, Follow Me với lại Follow Me với lại Nasty Plot, ok thôi. Tại vì con cọp kia nó cũng không gây nguy hiểm gì nhiều đối với con Clefairy. Như vậy Zanzini quyết định rút Clefairy vào và đưa ra là mi sao à.
Also aware of this, switching out the Clefairy right into the Mian Shao.
Yeah, bidding that follow me, the Mian Shao
Rồi
coming on
Terra lên, Terra Fairy.
That Shadow Rider Calyrex gonna go into that fairy type here and give it a little bit of an alleviation if a knockout comes out from that Incineroar.
Thôn vẫn chặn được cái thôn, nhưng mà không, nghĩ sao bị thôn rồi thì không thể nào mà sử dụng được những đòn như là quay gạt hay protect nữa. Nửa cây từ Tornadus, Backing Shoot, nỗ lực có thể phế được cái sức tấn công của con Calyrex rất là cần. Và Bernard đã đưa ra cho mình trả lời là Calyrex của chính mình. Con mi sao giờ không sử dụng được qua gạt nha, bắt buộc phải đổi ra, và Zanzini phải điều chỉnh lại cái con Calyrex của mình, switch hay là đánh tiếp. Tại vì bây giờ là cái nếu mà đam dồn thì vẫn có thể đánh được chết được con Tôn đó. Nhưng mà con Tôn này chắc chắn là nó có Prankster nên nó sẽ xài một cái move gì đó để quấy rối thôi. Terra, Bernard Terra, Calyrex tên Fairy. Phát cao. Được. Vâng. Tôn luôn Zanzini, không cho Calyrex của Zanzini xài Nasty Plot, nhưng mà Zanzini nói là tôi không xài Nasty Plot, tôi xài Astro Barrage. Thấy sự tai hại của việc bị giảm một bậc chưa? Nếu mà không giảm thì có thể chết rồi đó. Chết con Tôn rồi đó, Thunderous rồi. Giờ thì quá dễ cho Bernard rồi, Bernard chỉ cần phế được cái special attack của con Calyrex rất là dễ đánh rồi. Còn Calyrex của Bernard cứ spam Astro Barrage là được, tại vì bây giờ là cộng 2 rồi. Zanzini đã rút Mian Shao ra và thay vào đó là Rillaboom, tạo ra một sàn lá lấy một phút hồi phục cho con Calyrex của mình. Thunderous sử dụng Aero Impulse lên Calyrex, như vậy là bây giờ con Calyrex bây giờ là -3. Random Kiss rút lại. Đánh vào Calyrex à, chứ không phải là đánh vào Tornadus à. Và Calyrex của Bernard tiếp tục Random Kiss lên Rillaboom. Thế chợ vật chưa có gì thay đổi nhiều ra. Được. Phép cao, bây giờ là phép cao. Được, phép cao được con Tornadus. Zanzini quyết định rút Calyrex của mình vào vì nó bị phế quá nhiều rồi. Thay vào đó là mi sao sẽ ra sân. Bernard là rút Thunderous của mình và đưa Incineroar ra. Một cái Intimidate ảnh hưởng được, chỉ ảnh hưởng được với Rillaboom thôi. Và cái đấy sử dụng Nasty Plot tiếp. Warhammer không chết. Và hồi được cái chết berry nữa chứ. Vấn đề bây giờ đặt ra là Có Insee có thể fake out được. Con Min Sao cũng có thể fake out được. Và nếu mà Min Sao fake out Kalidas thì con Insee sẽ fake out con Rillaboom. Nó cũng không giải quyết được vấn đề gì. Nhưng mà nếu mà con Min Sao fake out con Insee thì con Kalidas lại đánh được. Nghĩ đi mấy bạn. Vernon lại rút Incineroar ra và đưa Clefairy vào. Kalidas sử dụng Raining Kit lên Min Sao để hồi lại tối đa máu cho mình. Và Zanzini quyết định là không sử dụng fake out. Coi anh ta sẽ sử dụng cái move gì. Close Combat lên Clefairy. Trận đấu dần có kết quả rồi. Vernon đang dẫn lít cao quá. Thấy cái friend gạt chưa? Cái friend gạt của con Clefairy kìa. Hồi nãy đấm gần chết, mà giờ đấm không thấm được vào bao luôn.
To swap one of them out to try and get the Clefairy or your own Calyrex on the board. There's always the threat of that Astral Barrage, so I feel like Mienshao on Ruben's side probably is forced to go for the wild card, but then there's always the threat of the Draining Kiss.
Help in hand coming out from the Clefairy, gonna see a wild card launched out from the Mienshao, potentially Astral Barrage.
Mienshao sử dụng quay gạt nhưng mà Vernon đọc được pha này rất là dễ rồi. Raining Kit lên Rillaboom và Rillaboom chắc chắn là chết rồi. Cộng 4 mà thêm cái Finhen nữa không chết mới lạ. Bây giờ là con stat con Kalidas của bên là cộng 5. Bất kể Pokemon nào ra sân đều gặp nguy hiểm cả. Nhất là con Kalidas này. Và bây giờ có thể Zanzini sẽ rút Mienshao để đưa con Clefairy ra để giảm cái lượng đam gây vào con Kalidas của mình, nhưng mà cũng không chắc chắn lắm đâu. Đúng như vậy. Mienshao đã được rút ra sân và theo đó Clefairy đưa vào nữa. Helping Hand tiếp đến từ Clefairy của Vernon. Ôi cái Zanzini xài Kalidas Nasty Plot nữa. Raining Kiss. Thử coi. Ôi vẫn gánh.
Going to be so hard to take down as well because of the friend guard that both players have out on the field, bolstering those defenses, even with like helping.
Vấn đề giờ là Zanzini xử lý như thế nào với cái tên này. Kalidas nằm trong cái ngưỡng máu tử rồi nè. Và Stitchberry không cần kích hoạt nữa. Stitchberry hình như kích hoạt chưa ta? Clefairy của Zanzini sử dụng Helping Hand. Bên kia có Helping Hand, ông bên này cũng Helping Hand luôn. Được coi, ai đánh trước? Zanzini đánh trước. Ui, Kryptonite. Bao nhiêu công sức giờ đổ xong đổ bể chỉ vì một cái crit.
it, pull yourself from
Ôi.
no hope into a real position to close up and win this first game in this top 4 match.
Ôi. Cay. Má. Má.
That's the risk you run, and you run a bit of a slower Calyrex and just to get those defensive capabilities, but sometimes running that risk overcritical and landing in those key moments, and that's exactly what happened for Ruben. And you've got to take your hat off to Ruben, not giving up at any point there, playing to your outs, and then really capitalizing when it's presented to you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Was there a chance maybe for Hippolyte to play around that critical hit? I mean, you could have tried to protect the Calyrex that turn, let the Clefairy go down, then maybe bring in the Incineroar for some fake out pressure. But yeah, I think even then, eventually there was going to be one turn, one opportunity for that critical hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ruben. Sometimes that's how it goes. All of a sudden, Ruben takes game 1. Entire game, but then just that one turn changing everything up. And now all of a sudden, yeah, we're talking about Ruben advancing to their very first final in a major tournament.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, and how quickly things can flip around in these matches. So, you know,
Kiểu hạ win rồi hả? Zanjini kiểu hạ win cái mặt.
So much damage onto the opposite side of the field. As I mentioned, things not looking great for Hippolyte in that early stage of that game, but then it was things round forced the Calyrex out from Ruben's side of the field, utilizing that eerie impulse very well, and then positioning their Calyrex in a way where it was able to really start pressuring Ruben's side of the field. But unfortunately, just came down to that critical.
Một pha lực kèo. ai cũng không biết chuyện gì đã xảy ra. Qua tự nhiên một phát crit. Bên anh perfect luôn ngay tên sau. 1-0 cho Zanjini.
The Clefairy also supporting well on Hippolyte's side. Yeah, it's really tough to say if there's a lot that he could really switch up. I think I like the 4 Pokemon that Hippolyte brought to the battle. Over on Ruben's side, I think that there maybe could be a case made to bring the Tornadus to, yeah, just establish a little bit more of speed control. But now seeing that his Calyrex is faster, actually it might not be needed. So yeah, also for Ruben, I think we might just see the
Từng nghiệm pha đó không đủ đam đâu. Tiếp tục. Hai bên. Bây giờ Zanjini lead Calyrex và Misao, còn Banan thì lead Thunderous và Inci. Vẫn là Thunderous và Inci. Trận chiến tên 1. Ai sẽ phép cao con nào? Chắc chắn là con Inci sẽ không phép cao được, còn phép cao con Misao rồi. Con Inci không phép cao được con nào luôn. Bây giờ con Misao chỉ còn phép cao con Thunderous và con Calyrex Nasty Plot. Ôi, Misao không sử dụng phép cao luôn. Color Combat luôn à? Ui, chết luôn kìa. Vậy là xử luôn. Quyết định là chịu thua 2 bậc để xử luôn con Inci. Khá là hay đó. Nhưng mà bây giờ là con Calyrex của Zanjini bây giờ trừ 2 rồi. Đam vào nó cực kỳ yếu. Air input tiếp.
Exactly that, and I think it's a valuable fake out, but at the cost of losing that Incineroar could be a bit dicey going forward for Hippolyte because it doesn't have access to that pivot any longer, doesn't have access to the Intimidate support that could be quite useful depending on what Ruben's 2 final Pokemon are in the back. But the Minxiao in a position now where it has picked up that knockout and not in a great position. Why we're going to see it switch out, and maybe the Clefairy is something that Ruben is opting for. Not the Clefairy though. It is
Zazini rút
Rillaboom. It does offer
Misa vào và đưa Rillaboom ra.
the grassy terrain as well for that healing.
I like that play by Ruben quite a bit. I think he's going to try and bait out this terrestrialization over on Hippolyte side. So
Cái này Terra của Benin đúng không? Đúng rồi, Benin Terra Calyrex lên.
and also I think there's a reasonable chance that Hippolyte will go for a taunt in that slot.
Hình như là trừ 4 rồi, vẫn khá là đông. Area Impulse tiếp, trừ 4 Special Attack. Calyrex với Native Blood. Không. Làm như vậy thì mình vẫn lỗ thôi chứ không có lời lắm đâu.
To those astral barrages, but it is going to be susceptible, like you say, Marcus, to that fake out from the Rillaboom that's just joined the field.
Yeah, Ruben playing a little bit with fire there with his restricted Pokemon, not going for the terrestrialization, but now he's
Zazini quyết tâm giữ Calyrex lại bằng cách Terra lên. Astro Barrage cộng 4 mà. Con cuối là con gì ta? Astro Barrage. Trời ơi, ở đâu chưa? Mình xem Astro Barrage cộng 2 nè. Calyrex gần tử luôn kìa. Warhammer. Ôi, chết luôn. Thế rốt cuộc là con Calyrex bết à? Ta cho mày phế luôn con Calyrex của tao không? Còn bây giờ bên mình còn đúng 2 Pokemon support. Hai một con Clefairy ra nữa. Thôn bắt đầu thôn. Protect. Clefairy sử dụng Follow Me. Thunderous sử dụng Thôn lên Clefairy của Zanzini. Và Calyrex sử dụng Native Blood. Không.
But you can protect your Calyrex, you can just switch out the Clefairy into the Minchao. You could get caught with maybe something from the Clefairy on Hippolyte side of the field, but I do believe that the Clefairy on Hippolyte doesn't have that sing which could maybe bring you back into this match. It's actually got after not going to be that effective.
Zanzini rút Clefairy ra và đưa Minchao vào. Clefairy của Benin sử dụng Epping Hand là cho Thunderous. Calyrex sử dụng Protect. Và Thunderous sử dụng Thunderbolt rồi. Khó rồi.
The Clefairy over on Hippolyte's side doesn't have much to do besides clicking Helping Hand. That has a higher priority than Fake Out, and you really want to get the Friend Guard back up on Ruben's side, but no, instead
Helping Hand.
and maybe just a double target, maybe just a close
chắc cao. Raining Kiss luôn. Không tốn nhiều máu nhưng mà nó lên được khá khá máu đó. Thunderbolt chết không? Không chết. Ui para. Sử dụng Close Combat. Không được bao nhiêu cả. Cái này vẫn là đang là 50-50 nha. Vẫn là đang là 50-50 nha.
on that Mienshao being the close combat, that wouldn't do that much damage to that Clefairy. So, it's the
Ôi,
Faker, of course, outpacing the priority of Follow Me. Nicely done here by Ruben.
thử coi Astrobarak không?
That is launched into the Mienshao to try and stop a potential Clefairy.
Coi đúng xài Astrobarak không? Astrobarak rồi, xong 2-0 2-0 cho Zanzini vào trận chung kết.
Absolutely incredible play here from Ruben in this game too, and he is moving into the finals here at the Bologna special event.
What a game.
Indeed, yeah.
What a set, what a series.
Wow.
Congratulations also to Hippolyte. Top 4, very well played here. I guess the first game, you gotta say it, that one was really so close for Hippolyte to claim victory there. But then in the second game, Ruben really showcasing why he made it that far. And just well played to Ruben, and he will be in the finals.
Yeah, adding that achievement to his accolades going forward, an incredible achievement, and will have the chance to become the champion here this weekend, doing an incredible job. Like you say, huge credit to Hippolyte as well for just an incredible showing, especially on the broadcast streams that we've been able to feature his matches today. Just an absolutely outstanding player. And like you say, you do feel a little bit firm in that first game because he set up the board position so well, but unfortunately this game sometimes decides that it's not going to go your way, and that unfortunately was the way of it. But
yeah, we mentioned it before, this specific mirror match is a little bit volatile, right? Like which Calyrex is faster, and then of course just one critical hit, just one turn doesn't go your way. That can be all she wrote. And once again, well played, I think, by both sides. We've seen once again these two different kind of compositions, but in the end it's that Mienshao that comes out on top. And Ruben against Luca will be our finals here for the Bologna special event.
Yeah, an incredible final. It comes down to that Miraidon against the Calyrex Shadow Rider, and which one? Both of them have obtained a regional championship before. Which one will get their second to end us off for the European season? It's absolutely going to be incredible, not only about the restricteds, but about the players as well, because both of these players, Luca and Ruben, quite young players in respect to, like a lot of the other players here, just performing so well and just so in awe of both of them. They just constantly keep surprising, especially myself, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers at home, with just how good both of these players are.
Absolutely, really well played by both of them over the course of the entire weekend. Of course, 15 rounds of Swiss, and then top 4, and of course top 8. They've won all of the knockout matches. They've beaten some of the best players in the country, in Europe. And now both of these players will fight for the crown here in Bologna.
Yeah, there's one more match. Match 18 of this tournament, which, that's a heck of an old slog. When you think about it, the journey these players have come from the amount of players that we had coming into this tournament at the start of the weekend, it is down to just 2, and soon to be 1, our crowning champion. Which one will it be? If you had to say now, Marcus, I'm going to again, I like putting you on the spot like this, so I do. I'm going to advance. Sorry, I can see you already being like, who is this guy? Miraidon or Calyrex Shadow Rider?
Okay, well, I avoided the previous time, or I tried to avoid it the previous time you put me on the spot like that, but let me think there for a second. So,
it's because I value your opinion though, Marcus, this is why.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've seen Luca tearing apart those Coal Mine Terrapagos teams now in top 4 and top 8. So that is not the matchup that he's going to face, but you have to imagine that also making it that far, I think it's pretty likely that Luca has played more Calyrex Shadow Rider over the course of the tournament than Ruben has played against Miraidon. I think both of them were pretty common in the field, but just on the second day there was so many Calyrex Shadow Rider that I think that Luca definitely will have a very good plan to play into that matchup. I mean, he does have that Farigiraf, which we've seen before can be a very, very strong pick for that matchup in particular. So
Yeah, it really shuts down a lot of the options from the Fragger
has
as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, Luca has the experience, of course, of being a major tournament winner from before, all the way back in, I believe it was 2018, one of the youngest players to ever win a major tournament.
At the time, I think.
Yeah, absolutely crazy,
incredible.
but still has kept up, has kept his level of play very high, and I think I would give it to Luca, but just like very, very narrowly. I think it can definitely go either way.
I think I tend to agree with you. I think it's going to be such fine margins, isn't it? I mean, you come into that match, and Ruben is obviously the younger player, probably less experienced player than Hippolyte, who is very experienced at this very top level, right? And not taking anything away from Ruben, but Ruben made some outstanding plays in that match. So really showing his skill level, and it's just incredible. So these two, I think, are really well matched going into this game. And I think it's going to make for a great final, because I think both restricteds have the capabilities of winning this as well. Yeah, I don't think there's a real advantage to one player over the other. Not a huge advantage anyway. Like you say, there are some Pokemon in the mix like that for Earth that could play a huge pivotal part, because it shuts down a lot of options to support the Calyrex as well. So yeah, I can't wait to get into it.
And once again, down here in Italy, we have an all-Italian finals. Two local players, of course, coming here, representing their regions very strongly. And we will have both of them in the lounge to see how they're feeling before the grand finals.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Lee. I am, of course, joined by our finalists of the Pokemon 2024 Bologna special event. We've got Luca Cherubelli. We've got Ruben Gianzini. I'll start off with you, Luca. How are you feeling going into this final?
Definitely, like, it feels very good. So especially, like, after I won the Turin special event in 2017, I never managed to go through the top 8 in any other event. So getting to getting a medal is already a good thing, but obviously no one wants to be second, so I really want to win this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ruben, you had some success in the senior division a couple of years ago, but now how are you feeling going into your first finals in the Masters division?
I mean, this feels a bit unreal because my last event was London, where I didn't go really well. I got a 5-4 result, so it's a sort of upgrade, we can say. And well, actually, the last year special event here in Italy didn't go really well in seniors, so I'm just happy to have went well here. So I always dreamed about being streamed, about getting big results at regionals, and well, the day has come. So I'm just really happy, and however it goes, I'm just
yeah, as you should be. This is a big result indeed to already be able to make the finals of a regional championship. Of course, you are both Italian. Last season in the Turin special event, we had an all-Italian final. We have an all-Italian final once again. So just want you to give a comment on how you think the Italian community is in here, and how well they've done to be able to get 2 Italians in the final.
Okay, so first of all, we're both from Bergamo, so it's even the same city, not just the same country. I think like this final is really a testament to how the community helps each other. Like we both come from very large groups from in Italy. So I think I can speak for Ruben as well when I say we managed to get the results, get these results, especially with the help of Dodgers, helping us with the team, with the prep, pushing each other to improve and stuff. So I think it's a very interesting final.
Yeah, and Ruben, Luca did just claim that he speaks for you, but do you have anything to add on top of that?
Well, the Italian community is amazing. We just know each other because we have many communities because of streamers, etc. And so it's always beautiful to go at the regionals and meet with your friends. And well, yes, the Italians also had great success since forever. Since like the Worlds finals of Mattergini, and well, we had many Italian champions in internationals like Arash, Simone Sanvito, and well, we are a respectable country in PJC.
Yeah, you've been doing so well. We're so excited to see how you're going to be doing in the finals, which we will be able to cut to very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with the finals of the Pokemon 2024 Bologna special event. Don't go anywhere.
Behind the teal mask is a Pokemon with an adorable complexion, but one with immense power. The DLC's flagship Pokemon is one you need to prepare for or even use in Regulation Set E. At a glance, Ogerpon has high attack and speed stats, and a powerful signature move called Ivy Cudgel. But the really interesting part is its masks. Each mask gives Ogerpon a different ability and changes its type and Terra type. Which one you choose for your team will make a big impact. Because when Ogerpon terrestrializes, it takes on a brand new ability called Embody Aspect, which boosts a particular stat depending on the mask worn every time it joins the field. Ogerpon's default form is the teal mask, making it a pure grass type. Its Defiant ability makes it a huge deterrent to intimidate users like Landorus Therian form. The teal mask is also the only form that can hold an item as well, making it highly versatile. And when you're on the back foot, you can Terra and get a speed boost to turn a match on its head. Holding the Half Flame mask makes Ogerpon a grass and fire type, and gives an attack boost when terrored. Ivy Cudgel now becomes a fire move, complementing the grass coverage very well. And with Mold Breaker as the ability, you can crucially hit Heatran with fire moves right through its Flash Fire ability. With the Wellspring mask equipped, Ogerpon becomes a grass and water type. It has Water Absorb to heal up from water moves, and makes great use of Follow Me thanks to the special defense boost it gets when terrored. Finally, the Cornerstone mask adds the rock typing. With this mask, it has the Sturdy ability, so it can survive any one move. Plus, it gains a defense boost when it goes for the Terra to be able to take on even more attacks. Thanks to the vast array of abilities, types, and free stat boosts on offer, Ogerpon will find its home on any team. So trainers, which mask will you choose for your next tournament?
The time has come, trainers. We have dismounted from our steed and parked our bicycles to witness our all-Italian grand finale between Luca and their Miraidon and Ruben and their Shadow Rider Calyrex. At our very last stop here in the EU region at the Bologna special event. And you gotta say, it's coming Rome. I'm Charlie Merriman, merry by name, merry by nature, and I have the utter delight of being joined by Boyd. Jamie, tell me your thoughts.
What a season.
Yeah.
What a season. We're so close. One final match over here in the European region. Of course, we still have North American International. We still have the World Championships in Honolulu. But this is the moment that we've been waiting for. The final of the final event of the European season. It's going to be fantastic.
It really does feel like it's all been building to this. This season we've had regulation sets D, E, F, and now G. Each bringing the Pokemon that are the most viable tools in their respective regulation set. But right now, we have our single restricted format. We've seen Shadow Rider Calyrex go on an absolute tear this weekend. We've seen Miraidon kick it into overdrive over in Indianapolis at the very beginning of regulation set G. And how fitting that the very first champion and the most recent champion, at least in NA and EU, are going to clash here in the finals.
Yeah, Miraidon and Calyrex Shadow Rider would be on people's radars, I think. I think we were all like trying to get, well, let's try and cycle every single time, getting a new restricted, being able to win one of the regional level events. But no, it will be Miraidon or Calyrex Shadow Rider once again.
It certainly will. And of course, Zamazenta, the winner of the Stockholm Regional Championship, had a great showing today as well. We've seen a few Kyogre. Right now, this is where the meta is. But once again, we have the North American International Championships next weekend. We'll see how the events that unfold here at Bologna affect that. And then a big old break before the World Championships in Honolulu. So much more time for our chefs to be in the kitchen, cooking up, keeping the lid on their plans. And here they are. the crowd is going to go absolutely crazy for these two Italian players, Luca Cheribelli and Ruben Gianzini.
Yeah, we've already heard that in the semi-finals, in that top 8 match as well. There was definitely some home crowd advantage going for an Italian versus not an Italian player, but now who's going to be supporting who in this Italian-only final?
I suppose they could just be completely silent throughout. I guess that's another way that this could go.
Hearing how they were in the previous few matches, no they won't. They are bringing the hype.
I feel certain that you'll be correct there, Jamie.
Rồi quay lại.
Could not be quieter right now. Keeping focused on
Quay lại với trận chung kết.
That's done them so well all the way up to the finals here in Bologna. Luca staying calm and collected, no plushie to speak of there. We've got plenty of things that they could have borrowed, I suppose, but not needing
Có gấu rồi.
the crowd. Look at all of them in their masses gathering here. They love being on the stream. We love featuring you here, trainers, and they cannot wait to see how this match between Luca and Ruben will go.
Yeah, you've been able to bring the hype.
Luca và Ruben.
One more time going into this grand finals. Two fantastic players here that are going to be fighting out for the final regional level championship that we do have available over here in Europe.
Yep, this is indeed the final regional level event that's happening anywhere in the world for the 2024 season. We had the Japan National Championships this weekend as well. Terrapagos came out on top over there, but no such story here in EU. It will be the Calyrex Shadow Rider and the Maridon clashing in the finals.
Cũng biết là bên Nhật còn Terrapagos vừa vô địch. Luca Cheribelli và Ruben Gianzini.
Special event, so very much successful at an early age, and if you're to be able to find that success that early, you're just
2024 EUIC top 8, 2023 World Top 128, 2023 EUIC top 16. Bên này chỉ có 2022 Milan event này.
And for Ruben, which of them is going to write their name into the history books here at the Bologna special event? It would be a fantastic finish for Ruben here, winning here in Bologna 2 years after that top 4 in the senior division in Milan. But for Luca, a return to form, let's say, having won at the very tender age of 14. Both of them want it so much. The Italians spoiled for choice, of course, but who is going to claim victory? Well, here we have Luca's team.
Team của Luca bao gồm Miradon, Whimsicott, EU, Usifu, Fariraf và Aaron Hen. Joy Spec và Distract, Von Switch và Commentor và Electro Rip, Prankster, Moonpass, Encore, Livescreen và Tailwind. Vậy là Overheat có hai item choi lận và một cái AV đến từ Aaron Hen là set của bản quá rồi. Psychic Noise, Foul Play, Happy Hand và Chit Room. Cái Psychic Noise khá là tốt để counter cái Gassitaren. Còn team của Ruben, Calyrex, Rillaboom, GU, Michelle, Clefairy và Tornadus. Hứa hẹn trận này sẽ rất là khô máu mà.
But now here in Bologna, Mean Xiao's moment is finally arriving. You of course had the Clefairy to get that Friend Guard to make that bulky Calyrex. It's shown to be so bulky, even bulkier as well. And even the Chi-Yu is a supported Pokemon.
Yeah, Chi-Yu there running the covert cloak in this instance. Mean Xiao running Terra Fighting so that when the chips are down, you can just maximize your damage output with that close combat. See what you can achieve. The Clefairy for Ruben does have Sing there. This is a move that's been so prominent here in Bologna this weekend. If you can put your opponent to sleep, then they cannot do anything for a guaranteed one turn. Sometimes one turn is all you need, but you've got to deal deal with that very dodgy accuracy.
You do indeed, but yes, it is high risk, high reward play to be able to go for the Sing. We saw it connect in a few of our previous rounds and be so impactful. The Clefairy is bought here once again. Well, you got to contend with the Miraidon, don't you? So the Sings don't really come into play as much thanks to that electric terrain. Usually the electric terrain is putting a stop to something like an Amoongus going for a sport, but of course it will come into play to be able to stop those pesky Sings here. So if the Clefairy is bought, it's probably just for that follow me and the helping hand spot with that Frangard.
But you do have the Rillaboom over on Ruben's side of the field that can overwrite the electric terrain. Electric terrain normally prevents Pokemon from sleeping, but the grassy terrain does no such thing. Look at that, nearly an entire 50-50 split here, currently edging ever so slightly in Luca's favor. But let us know who you think is going to claim this victory, trainers, because it really is, as you can see, far too close to call.
Yeah, it is absolutely anyone's game here. If we can't decide who we think is going to win, if we're so split, that means that either of these trainers will be absolutely worthy of taking that championship title.
And what a championship title it would be. What a way to cap off this wonderful 2024 season that we've had over here in EU. The Play Pokemon series at its finest here in Bologna. The sun is shining on both of these trainers in the spotlight, and whichever one comes out on top, they can both be incredibly proud of this phenomenal finish.
Yeah, phenomenal finish indeed, but whose is going to be slightly better than the other? Who is going to be able to take down the final special event here that we have in the entire season?
The entire season across the globe will very shortly be getting into this match, trainers, and they have locked in their Pokemon. They're ready to go.
Rồi, trận đấu đã được bắt đầu rồi.
Let's do it. It's the grand finals of the Bologna special event.
And what a final is going.
Ruben list cho mình là Calyrex và Rillaboom, trong khi đó Luca list cho mình là Whimsicott và Miraidon. Một cái viễn cảnh khô máu. Mình chỉ có thể tưởng tượng ra được. Harden là kích hoạt và sau đó là bị đè lên bởi Rillaboom. Một pha counter sàn rất hay đến từ Ruben. Bây giờ thì vừa phát cao mà vừa chống cái Nasty Block của Ruben nè. Light Screen đến từ Luca, Whimsicott, Astro Barrack chạy. Tốn không bao nhiêu đam đâu. Oh, crit lên Whimsicott. Má game dơ vậy. Dragon Rip, Electro Rip đến từ Miraidon nhưng mà không được bao nhiêu cả. Game dơ. Calyrex đã ăn chiếc berry của mình, rồi U-turn. Vậy là không. Whimsicott vừa ra không làm được gì. Ruben đưa Clefairy ra. Câu thứ hai mà Luca chọn là Chiyu. Đấy là đây là phải là đường nào cũng khó cho Luca rồi. Luca quyết định rút Miraidon ra và thay bằng Iron Hand. Tiếp tục Ruben Terra Calyrex lên thành hệ Fairy. Clefairy sử dụng Follow Me. Ui burn. Cái đấy sử dụng Raining Kiss lên GU. Ok. Thấy chưa? Đúng như dự đoán là một trận gọi là khô máu và cái nhịp độ rất là nhanh. Hai bên chọn comment rất là nhanh. Nhưng mà cái pha crit này nặng quá.
Is just paying dividends to its special defense here as well. Now you do have the Miraidon lurking in the back. You've made the Calyrex vulnerable to a fake out that the Iron Hands could dish out. Lucas at the early disadvantage in this game.
Mà bây giờ cái đường Luca bây giờ khó nghĩ rồi. Luca switch Chiyu để đưa Miraidon vào lại nè. Rồi xin kích hoạt lại. Các quay nhờ đó là các quay của Iron Hand kích hoạt và tăng tấn công. Clefairy sử dụng Helping Hand. Astro Barak tiếp à? Là phách cao. Rồi ở đó nhé.
That's always the awkward thing when you're using Miraidon. If there is that Rillaboom waiting in the back, it can switch in at any point and really reduce the damage output that you have available on the Miraidon. Yes, the choice spec still hits pretty hard, and it's going to be close enough to pick up the knockout on that Calyrex.
Don tiếp tục rút. Bây giờ mục đích của Luca là giữ Miraidon để kích hoạt cho con Iron Hand đánh nè. Kêu có không, bên kia không switch luôn. Nếu mà một trong hai con chết, thì sẽ rất bất lợi. Nhưng mà Ruben sử dụng Follow me thì ngon nè. Thôi 1-0 cho khả năng cao, 1-0 cho Ruben rồi. Astro Barak không bao nhiêu cả. Heavy Slap. Tiếp theo đưa Michelle ra để tránh ở vụ ý quay nữa. Nên nhớ là mình sẽ có thể phát cao được 2 con nha. Có đấy rồi Protect. Overhit đã bị chặn lại rồi. Có lâu combat nên chỉ du buộc, vậy là buộc con ấy là thôi. Ruben win rồi. Bán là Ruben win rồi. Bị dính cái focus sắt nữa. Mệt quá.